So I really want to thank you for joining us tonight, and it's a pleasure to host this session every single time. I'm really passionate about this opportunity. I'm really excited about it. The results that I see always impress me. So imagine today, I set up a new account, and this member of my team went into a trade with the first buying amount of $18, and he earmarked $300 for this trade, but first buying amount of $18. Don't worry if you don't understand any of this. Of course, the market went against him first and then used some of his capital to bring down the average price. And before you know it, voila, $1.2 made, just like that. And what I tell people in my structure and my team is, if you can make $1, you can make $1 million. It's just up to your proficiency, your ability to show some level of tenacity and stick to the outcome and the final goal. So it's a pleasure once again to have you here with me. All right, let's get right into it. We all know the effects of inflation. We all know how inflation has ravaged the global economy. And if you're from Africa, it has dealt a big blow on your income if you live in sub-Saharan Africa, West Africa. So how can you as a person protect yourself financially? That's what we're here to talk about tonight. How can you navigate the landscape safely without exposing yourself to loss? How can you grow your assets by over 100% every single year, year on year, and go towards the goal of $1 million trading income? That is what we're here to talk about and how you can achieve that. But this first slide here is just a reminder to you and to me that geopolitical tension always affects fiat currency. And geopolitical tension, along with quantitative easing, always leads to loss in value of fiat currency. So what am I saying? World War I. The US dollar was strong in 1913. But because of World War I and the geopolitical tension that arose, the dollar lost its value. It was a massive dip. Now, World War II came about after the dollar tried to recover. But guess what? With World War II happening just about here, the dollar also lost more value. And the dollar continued to struggle. In 1971, President Nixon removed the dollar backing every gold, the gold backing every dollar in circulation. So the US used to have gold stored in their vaults for every single dollar that was in circulation. But the United States needed to meet their debt obligations. They needed to pay up, people that they had to pay up. And if they were going to ensure that every single dollar had gold backing it, that would be impossible. So the United States decided to remove the gold backing the US dollar, and the US dollar began to literally be printed without any gold backing. That singular action also led to the US dollar losing value. So you see, if you had $1 million as a family in 1913, I'm telling you that right now you just have about $70,000 or $80,000. If you didn't spend that $1 million, if you just kept it in the bank, the value of that $1 million would be the equivalent of about $80,000 today. This is showing you that even the dollar that you are holding, that you feel like, oh, is what is protecting you in your local economy, even that dollar is losing value over time. Now, if the US dollar is losing value, the dollar that everyone is looking at, if that dollar is also losing value, what do you think is happening to your fiat currency? All right, for sure, your local fiat currency is losing value even faster. Inflation in Africa, many countries, double digits. It's a big challenge today to live. Listen, if you have, no matter how much you have in your local fiat currency, by the time you start spending it, it looks as if the money was just waiting for you to start spending it. If you like hold some millions of naira, for example, if you just start spending it, before you know it, it's gone. So that is the story of how fiat currency has kept losing value. The question now is, how can you protect yourself? What technologies exist that can hedge you against the financial challenges? And these financial challenges will keep happening and they're going to get worse. So how can you hedge against inflation? The answer is simple. Just come on board the blockchain. The blockchain is the common platform for wealth creation, accessible to anyone who decides to have an open mind. The only thing stopping you from getting on the blockchain is the lack of openness to try something different, the fear you have, and your lack of knowledge of the opportunity that exists. Those are the things stopping you. But you see, if you hold on to the blockchain will protect you against the loss in value of your local fiat currency, or even the loss of value of the gold. So what is the blockchain? The blockchain is defined as a distributed ledger governed by peer-to-peer network. What does this mean in lay terms? Listen, debit and credit. Imagine the books of your bank being open and available for everybody to see every single transaction as it happens, to see all the balances of all the accounts. People just over the internet can decide to search the bank's ledger and see, oh, how many billionaires are in this bank? Oh, how many people are keeping their money in foreign currency and how many are keeping their money in local currency? All of this information is available in a transparent way. That is the blockchain. So you see, governments and other sectors like to hide their information. So they hide and protect those who have this money. But the blockchain is so transparent that nobody can lie to you. You can check everything. Of course, the identity of the persons are also protected because of the anonymity, but the details of the account balances, the transactions happening every second, I mean, you can trace everything end to end. There's been no better transparent system than the blockchain. But I want you to look at another definition of the blockchain. It is called the Internet of Value. And I'd love to help you understand this. Value. What value? These are NFTs, other tokens, coins, parcels of land in the metaverse. All of these valuable items are purchased with money. So these are valuable items that are monetized. So just imagine. Let's remove value there and put money. The blockchain can therefore be defined as the Internet of money. Yes, the Internet of money. Write that down. And that is one thing I want you to take home from tonight's webinar. If you're joining us for the very first time, the blockchain is the Internet of money. There is a kind of money the blockchain can give to you. Nobody can stop it. The way it's going to come, yeah, it will test your patience, yeah. But when it comes, it overflows. And you begin to forget the period where you had to wait patiently for it. That is the nature of the Internet of money. At this point, I have to say this. Many people, their first exposure to the blockchain is Ponzi schemes. Oh, somebody says, I'm getting into a blockchain. I'm getting on the blockchain. What are they doing? They're taking their money, sending to one Ponzi scheme that promises to trade for them and return 1% daily or 3% daily or 4% daily. And they will make 100% in a month if they are patient to leave their money on the system. That is a Ponzi scheme. Why are there so many Ponzi schemes on the blockchain? It is because there is a lot of money on the blockchain. The Internet of money has many fraudsters. And that is why many of us have lost money in the past, a lot of money in the past, to these criminals on cyber, on the blockchain. So if you're going to navigate the blockchain, you need to navigate in a position where your money is safely in your custody, where you don't release your money to anyone. Yeah, that is what we are here to talk about. How can you navigate the blockchain without exposing your capital to risk? Greed must be curtailed. This is 2024. Somebody is going to approach you and tell you that there's a platform that can deliver 3-4% every day. And in 30 days, you have over 100% of your capital. You're going to see many of those platforms, especially as the bull run kicks in. But please beware. Beware. This is the internet of money, and those criminal platforms lurk, waiting to grab your money. Do not give your big capital. Don't put any big money in any such system. Don't be deceived by their returns. Don't put huge capital in any of such platforms. And I'm going to show you where to put your capital to transform your financial future. All right, so there are different properties of the blockchain. One of them is that there's anonymity on the blockchain, yeah? Okay, and data is immutable. There's also non-repudiation. If you and I do something, you can't deny it because it's there on the blockchain. So these are just various things that make the blockchain so transparent. If I do if I do a transaction with Mr. Muyiwa can't deny it. Even if he goes ahead and changes something, the previous version of that transaction will be traceable on the blockchain. That is the power and the beauty of the blockchain. Money has long evolved from trade by barter to gold to coins to physical paper to electronic money that's on cards. Now, money is evolving fast to cryptocurrencies, digital assets. If you are here and you're still wondering if you should get into the blockchain, if you should get into cryptocurrency, I ask you to wake up fast. Wake up fast because the world has evolved. You cannot afford to be away from the internet of money. What matters most is to navigate and understand how to avoid scams and to get in on systems that are trustworthy. So welcome to the system that's going to put money in your pocket. Welcome to the system that's going to make you smile. Welcome to the system that's going to put, everybody you tell about the system, they're never going to come to you and cry that they lost their capital, that they were scammed. Welcome to the anti-scam system. Welcome to the system that's been operating since 2021. I started in 2021, June. It's been an exciting journey. Welcome to the system that delivers results. And that is RoyalQ. RoyalQ was a vehicle that came to us, but we did not understand how to drive it back in 2021. So many of us, we oversped with the bot. And some people had what we call an accident. So there are some simple functionalities of this bot. Once you understand it, it's just for you to be minting money. Our people in our team, they are minting money every single day. They're minting money every single week. Welcome to the money-making machine. Welcome to the trading technology that's going to put money in your pocket. It is a robot. Robots are part of our life. We have robots. In fact, a lot of things around you. These things are robots, right? So we have robotic delivery men. We have cars that can drive themselves. We have robotic office assistants. We have robotic cooks. We have a lot of things that have been automated. ChatGPT, this ChatGPT has been automated in a way that anybody can, deliver results, write papers, create sources in the fastest way possible. AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, these things have changed the landscape. Robotic delivery men can serve you in a hotel where they don't want people to, have contact with you. This happened during the COVID-19 pandemic. Robots are also used in policing and in military assault. Landmines are avoided using robots that can, disarm and defuse bombs and, navigate mind-reading terrains. So any country interested in securing itself uses robots and robotic technology. Criminals have advanced. Governments that are serious about securing their citizens apply artificial intelligence, robotics to eliminate criminality. And that is the reality. But now we're not interested in all of that. What we're interested in is, how can a robot trade for me and make me money on the blockchain? That's what we're here about. All right, so permit me to define what is RoyalQ. RoyalQ is a semi-automated trading system that is super fast with high-speed trading. It is super intelligent and executes these trades 24/7 automatically. RoyalQ is a technology that will help you make money while you sleep. RoyalQ saves the trader from looking at the screen 24 hours a day. Once the trader puts in his transaction, he goes to sleep. The trade will execute and he will deliver his results. Everything is programmed in your settings, my strategy settings. You go in and put it in your my strategy settings and say, hey, this is how I want you to behave. You program your bot in the mind section inside the bot. In the my strategy settings, you save your settings. So today, I set up an account for a member of my team. In fact, we have been trying to have time to set up the bot. Today, we set it up. And I said, okay, I looked at the chart and said, take this trade. Now, we took the trade. He forgot about his device. He went about his work. Now, I was monitoring using his nickname on the system, and I saw when the trade sold. So the moment I saw his nickname based on gas fee, I quickly cropped the picture and I gave to him and I said, oh, congratulations, I guess your trade has sold. He didn't even know. He wasn't even watching. He now checked and said, oh, it's true. I just saw it. It has sold off. And he said, RoyalQ is wonderful. Yes, RoyalQ is wonderful. And I'm trying to even get, the exact words. He says, yes, RoyalQ is amazing for real. Those were his words. And this was his first trade. This was his first trade. Right. So how can you get on board and benefit from what we have to share? How can you get on board and tell your success story? How can you begin to make the kind of money everybody else is making? See, this money is internet of money. If you just dig in and collect your portion, you can generate enough money to feed your family. You can generate enough money to get out of debt. That is what we are here to share with you. Now, this is a very important slide, so stop whatever you're doing and pay attention to this slide, because this slide holds the secret to why this system is anti-scam. You see, many of those other systems will tell you, please take your money from your exchange, send it to us, let us trade on your behalf. You see, the moment your money leaves your exchange, your bank on the blockchain, the moment it leaves your control and goes to their platform, once your capital does that, you're screwed. Literally. They can shut down. Once they shut down their websites, your money is lost. And we've experienced this again and again and again and again. So how does RoyalQ operate differently? RoyalQ will say, hey, mister, hey, madam, I don't want you to send me your capital. Keep your money in your control. Keep your dollars in your account, your exchange account. So most people use Binance, but there's Kraken, there's Bybit, a couple of other, exchanges. There's also Huobi, HGS. Now, RoyalQ says, hey, all I need is for you to put in the gas fee here and activate this bot. Keep your trading capital here. Now, simply give me access to spot reading, read, write, spot trading, and put in some IPs that I can control. Put in some IPs so that these IPs are in my servers here, so that these IPs are the only ones that can control your account to trade. That's high-level security. So no hacker can sit in their bathroom and manipulate your trades. No, because the only IPs that can buy and sell in your account are restricted by API binding to the RoyalQ service. I hope you got the point. The point is your capital remains in your control. Your capital remains in your control. We've done many of those platforms. Many of them. We trusted some of them. They betrayed us. Listen, all those platforms, we took our capital and gave to somebody else. And they said they were going to pay us. And one day, they just came up with one glitch. The first glitch, then 2 weeks later, another glitch, and that was the end of the story. A perfectly working system will suddenly have glitches, and those glitches are the sign towards knowing that system is about to shut down. But RoyalQ tells you, keep your capital in your control in your exchange account. So if you want to navigate the blockchain and, position yourself for sustainable growth and financial sustainability, you need to get on a system where your capital stays in your exchange account. This is the most trustworthy. This is the most reliable. This is tested and trusted. If you release your money, of course, there's a risk of loss. Now, how does your phone come in? All right, so your phone is here. Your phone is simply, you're going to download RoyalQ the app. You're going to download your exchange app here. You're going to do all this configuration API binding from your phone. So once you set up your trade settings, like I told you, my friend today, he set up his trade, went away, forgot about his phone. So even if this phone does not have internet access, let's say you're on the road and you lost access to internet, the trade will keep happening between RoyalQ and your exchange account. Because the trade is not happening on your phone. It's happening over the internet between your RoyalQ servers and your Binance account. That's the power of this system. So even if you throw your phone into the ocean and there's no network and the phone is damaged, just relax. Go get a new phone, log in with your details, download the apps, and you will see all of your trades. That's the beauty of this system. And that is why we tell people capital independence, robot is independent of your capital, IP restriction via API bounding, and your phone is just a television screen. These are the things that make us say, hey, RoyalQ is the real deal. So what do you get with RoyalQ? You're going to make 10 to 50% monthly. 10 to 50% monthly. There are going to be some months you're going to make 30, 40, 50%. They're going to be like 2, 3, or 4 months you're going to make that in a year. But mostly you're going to be hovering around average of 10%. Okay? So imagine, if you say you're not going to be a part of RoyalQ, that means you cannot counter inflation. You'll keep losing value. Even if you keep your money in dollars, you're going to keep losing value in that same dollars, and you'll not be able to counter the global loss in value of the dollar. But if you start with RoyalQ, you'll be making 10% gains every month. And in a year, you'd have made enough to counter the hold of inflation in your life. This is one of the reasons why you have to get on board RoyalQ. The poverty eradication system, trade generation, profitability model, and the capability to safely more than double your assets every single year. So why wouldn't you want to double your capital every single year? Who doesn't want that? Safely? Without fear of loss? Who doesn't want to double their capital oh my God, who is the person? I mean, you're going to be making money whether the market is going uptrend, downtrend, sideways. You're going to be positioned for wealth. All right. And that's the beautiful thing about this bot. We have different modes. There's the sub-B mode, real-time settlement. There's the whole warehouse mode, different ways of operating this bot. Don't worry, we have videos explaining all of these things. Once you get on board, there are 8 videos you have to watch before you start trading. And those 8 videos are short. And once you go through them or go through the first few, you're ready to start trading. And remember, the learning is in the doing. No matter how many times you listen to this training, these webinars, until you start setting your bot, until you start trading, the learning is in the doing. And of course, IP security, IP restriction security here shows you that your account is safe. So this picture here is just to show you how trade happens. Oh my God, somebody comes in here or the market goes against him. He screams, oh, I'm having floating loss. It's going against me emotionally. The moment the market goes down like this, most people get emotional. They feel some pain. They say, oh, this thing is, the market is not producing results. That's the nature of the market, okay, ladies and gentlemen. Market doesn't just go up, 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 up. This is real trading. So you have to be ready to allow the market go against you sometimes without getting emotionally, wrecked. Because whatever goes down must come up. So let's say somebody came in here, I traded, oh my God, RoyalQ is performing, it's performing, it's performing, it's performing. He tells his friend Dave, Dave, come in, oh, I've made so much money. Dave comes in here, and the moment Dave comes in, the market starts dipping. And Dave said, this RoyalQ is a scam. My money has lost 5% value. It has lost 10% value. And he gives up and says, no, 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 no. This is not real. Ah, no. Why did I get on board this business? Before you know it, the market has come up. The market goes down again. Says, this thing is a scam. No, 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 no. I've been here for 4 days. I've not made any money. Then before you know it, the market surprises Dave. And the market does the miracle, and another miracle, and another miracle. That's the nature of the market. And I put this slide just to help everyone here understand. The market will go against you sometimes. So how do you trade with us? We have the hands-free trading. The hands-free trading is for those who can afford up to $3,000, can set up acro trading for you. Okay. Oh, but apart from acro, we have other assets, Arbitrum, IDEX, CFX. You can trade any of these assets. They are quite good for you to trade. On autopilot, with this kind of hands-free trading, you can decide not to even log into your account except once in a month. At the end of the month, once you have enough gas fees there, at the end of the month, you check your results. That's the nature of hands-free for very busy executives who have the cash. So people can throw $50,000 into the bot, say, set up autopilot trading for me. I don't have time to check the markets. We can do that. There also, there's a method where you have to wait for signals. We generate some signals, drop them once in a while, and you take those signals. If you take those signals, you're going to be making money. Those signals are just meant to help you time your entry. They're not always perfect 100%, but yeah, 90-95% of the time, they always take you to your results. And super fast too. All right. Now, we also have hands-on trading with market analysis. So this is where we train you to be able to look at the market and predict the direction of the market. So these are just various ways of trading. Even for hands-free trading, there's the semi-automated hands-free method where you can choose to get into a coin, ride it for a while until it hits an order block and you exit. And look for the next assets to ride. So, but this is semi-automated, which is something you can also do, even though we may add it here as one of the options. Our trades deliver results. Some super fast, some will take days, some will take, a couple of several days. So just learn patience. Patience is key. Don't need to worry yourself. This is spot trading. Let me emphasize that. This is not futures. This is not Forex. This is spot trading. So you can't lose your assets. All you need to do is stay calm. The market that goes against you will come up. Remember the golden rule of trading, like I always mention, whatever goes up must come down. So when the asset is pumping, don't think it will keep pumping forever. It will retrace. Then whatever goes down must come up. If you remember this, then you know peace. Trading is going to challenge some of your emotions. The more you trade, the more you become aware of those emotions. And those emotions make you. We have a very simple system that works. If you can use WhatsApp, you can use RoyalQ. That's what I always say. If you can use WhatsApp, you can use RoyalQ. If you can type a text message, you can use RoyalQ. How much does this bot cost? It costs $120 for a year's license. And the website is https://royalqs.com. Or you can download the app from Google and Google and Apple devices. Now, there's what we call fuel fee. The minimum fuel fee is $20. So here's the thing. This $120 plus $20, $140, that's all you're going to send to the bot. Your trading capital remains in your exchange or Binance account. It is just this $120, which is the cost of the bot, and the fuel fee That is what you're going to send into the bot's internal USDT wallet, TRC20. So you're going to send it there and activate the bot, and then gas fee. So what's gas fee? What's fuel fee? So for every profit RoyalQ makes for you, RoyalQ will take 20% of that profit from inside the USDT wallet that you put $20. So here's the thing. The more money it makes for you, the more it charges you that 20%. So you don't need to panic. Once you're seeing fuel fee deductions, it means, oh, your trades are firing like crazy. So if you're not seeing fuel fee deductions, it means your trades are not really firing. So that's very, very important to note. So nothing to worry about. This fuel fee, $20, just put it in the bot. Now, if you're trading big amount of money, $3,000 and above, then I think your fuel fee should be a minimum of 100 to 150 to 200. All right. If you're trading with $10,000 or $20,000, you should have $500, dollars as gas fee, because you want the trade to keep firing even when you're not paying attention. So this is a screenshot of the trades of a member of this team in the month of August. This person had a lot of results. It was super exciting. This was $3,000 autopilot trading. One day $73, the next day $67. It's crazy. Look at some days was $209, some days was $77. And there are some days that it wasn't so good, like some days with just $1. So that's the nature of the market. There'll be good days and there'll be bad days, right? So this person doubled the account up to $6,000, and then you began to see some huge income, $456, $326, even over $500 at one point. RoyalQ automated trading works. It works, and it can take you to financial glory. It can take you to from struggling to financial sustainability. The trading works. So many people are getting results every single day. Your capital determines your results. So this is a $100 account. You can see the $100 account has made over almost $13 in just how many days? 3 days. A $100 account. That is what's possible in the market. So I want you to really pay attention. And of course, for new people, this video is a testimony from someone who traded with RoyalQ. Just listen to his excitement.
I just started this business on the 14th of last month, and with $100 capital, and so far so good. This is my report. I've been trading on 1.2% profit, 1.2% take profit, because I don't want to waste too much time in the market. But as you can see, I'm making progress.
Progress is what you're going to experience when you start trading with RoyalQ bot. You will experience financial progress. You will be moving forward. You will see your capital growing. That is what you can get. RoyalQ trading works. Here, a couple of things for you to remember. When you buy an asset from RoyalQ app, don't mistakenly go and sell those assets from Binance. Let RoyalQ manage that quantity it bought, okay? That particular quantity. So if it bought 1,000 pieces of ADA, just make sure you don't go and reduce that 1,000 pieces to 999. The robot will panic and it will penalize you. So just pay attention when you buy something from RoyalQ. Just leave it and let it be managed by RoyalQ. Don't go tampering with your coins on the exchange. A lot of people sometimes forget about this. So here's the thing. Let's say somebody has some Ethereum and it's also trading Ethereum bought by RoyalQ. And he says, okay, let me go sell some of my Ethereum. And forget that RoyalQ has maybe some quantity of Ethereum there. And he goes sells everything. And the bot, when it's time to sell, the bot will realize that, oh, I've reached my take profit price. I want to sell. I can't see what I bought. Or what I bought is not complete. What happened? And the bot is going to go into that panic mode and will just say, hey, if you want to trade yourself, trade yourself. Don't give me a task and then come tampering with it. Another point to remember is a dip of 10 to 25% is okay. You don't need to worry. If your trade goes against you by 5%, that's normal. By 10%, that's okay. 20%, that's fine. 30, 25%. Yeah. So when it goes beyond 35, it goes to 40, then you can say, okay, this is going to take a longer time to come up or recover, right? But even at that, you're not going to have a loss. You just need to be patient for it to reverse. Now, 10, 20%, 25%, that can be recovered in one single day's movement of price in the positive direction. So please, I want you to remember, don't allow minus 10, minus 20, minus 25% to bother you. That minus 10, minus 25, the day that asset decides to face up, it could deliver that same profit within 24 hours or 48 hours. So this is our wealth creation formula, our wealth creation model for the next 10 years, 9 years or less. Who in this meeting room would like to generate $1.5 million with just $3,000 as startup capital? Or even if you start with less than $3,000, who would like to, this is 2024, who would like to, by 2033, all right? Yeah, this is 2024. Who would like to, by 2033, to have assets worth $1.5 million? If that is you, just type 1 in the chat box. Type 1 in the chat box if you want to have $1.5 million, starting with as little capital as possible within a space of 10 years to generate $1.5 million on this equivalent in trading. All right, for me, that is definitely for me. I'm going to put 1 all over the place. Right? A lot of people, they wonder, oh, why so long? Why? Hey, before you know it, it's going to hit those 8 or 9 years and you have your $1.5 million. It works. It works. The only thing stopping you is you. Do you have the consistency to keep trading? Do you have the tenacity to keep focused and keep trading, even when people try to lure you to Ponzi schemes? Even when you decide to fall prey to those schemes, would you lose focus from your trading? That is all it takes to achieve this. So right there on the screen, here's what I'm going to show you. This account starts with $3,000. You're going to make 100% every single year, hands down, for sure, if you are dedicated to trading. So you see, year on year, you're going to be making double of your assets. You're going to make more than double. But I just put, double here so that you can withdraw some profits, all right? So you can imagine, first year, you double it, second year, you double it, third year, you double it, fourth year, fifth year, sixth year, seventh, eighth, ninth year, you have your $1.5 million. Now, here's the thing. I did not even factor in compounding to this calculation. I did not even add compounding. If we add compounding, that changes the whole ball game. And you can achieve this in even 7 years or thereabouts. All right, so a decade of patient trading will change your life. I had to add this slide because I want you to understand that we're looking for people that will trade over the next decade with us. We're looking for people that will have the tenacity and focus to keep trading even when they are being tempted by so many different schemes all over the place. We want people who will be serious, see the goal, trade to $1.5 million. Now, you cannot be scammed. You cannot be scammed. So it's just a question of, would you be diligent enough to be patient with the market when you need to be patient with the market and to keep trading when you're ready to trade? That is all that it takes. So if you decide you don't want to do RoyalQ, I want to ask you this question. What's going to create $1.5 million in your life in the next 8, 9 years? What do you have going that can generate $1.5 million within the next 7, 8 years? If you don't have what can create that safely without loss, you need to do RoyalQ. You'll be doing yourself and your family a disservice if you walk out of this presentation and say, oh, I don't want to do RoyalQ. You're actually jeopardizing your financial future and the financial success of your family. What are you going to do with $1.5 million? What kind of life are you going to be living? Where will you travel to? Because for $1.5 million, I'm telling you, even if you take $500,000 to spend, you're still going to convert that 1 million to $2 million within a year again. So what are you going to do with that money when you can literally generate $500,000 every single year? When you can easily generate extra $1 million every single year. So if you have 10 years to your retirement, you are in the right session. I mean, you're gonna want to experience flying first class internationally. You're gonna want to experience spending money without limits. You're gonna want to give yourself a treat, see different parts of the world, experience nature, taste different kind of meals, exotic meals. You want to be a citizen of the entire world because you want to go around and experience the beauty of this planet. You want to swim in the oceans where the shark or the sea animals can come close to you without threatening you. You want to go on holiday to Honolulu, Bora Bora. You want to go to the places where you can see the bottom of the ocean right from the top of the ocean. You can experience that if you build a trading lifestyle today. It's one thing to make some money randomly. It's another thing to create financial sustainability. What we are showing you on this screen is financial sustainability model, not a get-rich-quick scheme, big bang, make money today and everything is gone tomorrow. All right? Financial sustainability. Well, I want you to know what Bitcoin halving is. Bitcoin halving is something you're going to hear a lot of times. What is Bitcoin halving? So Bitcoin halving is simply a reduction in the amount of rewards paid to Bitcoin miners. I don't want to go into too much technical details, but just remember that every 4 years, the amount of Bitcoin paid to Bitcoin miners is halved. So it was 6.25 BTC for every transaction. And now it was halved to 3.125. Okay. So by April of this year, it will be halved to 3.125. In 4 years' time, it will be halved again. So you just need to understand that whenever the halving happens, the amount of Bitcoin that is paid to Bitcoin miners is reduced by half. Now, once the amount of payment of Bitcoin is reducing, it means the circulation of Bitcoin, the Bitcoin in circulation will be reducing. The Bitcoin that will be in supply will be reducing. And the more it's reducing, a lot of people want to buy Bitcoin. What do you think is going to happen? You'll find out that Bitcoin price will start to rise. So that is the nature of Bitcoin halving. So there's a halving happening this year, end of April this year. When that halving happens, experience radical growth on the blockchain. This screen shows you what can happen when halving occurs. So the first halving between 2012 2014 happened. The market dipped a little after that. Okay, so here's some things. There's a halving that happened here. Before the halving happened, did you see the market dipped? Okay, then it came up, then it dipped again. A lot of people would have panicked here and say, oh, no, I don't want to trade again. Now, when they panic here, when the halving happens, it might do like it's dipping and then we are always on the way up, ladies and gentlemen, always on the way up. Another thing you need to know, when the halving is done and the bull run starts, this is what they call the bull run, right? When it happens, there will also be some dipping in the middle of the bull run. So when there's dipping, you just relax yourself. It's the bull run. It's going to bull its way up. There will be some dipping. There will be some dipping. There could be some dipping. Now, this is the dipping years. After the peak is achieved in the bull run, the dipping years happen. Now, during the dipping years, a lot of people who are newbies panic. But I need to know that we are always on the way up. Now, look at this. There was some dipping before the bull run. Another dipping here. The bull run, the Bitcoin halving happened here. It dipped again after the Bitcoin halving. But guess what? It pumped. So I just want us to understand a couple of things that's going to happen. Because as the bull run happens, some people will say, I thought they say it's the bull run. Why is it dipping? Dip will still happen. But even after dipping, you just relax because it will be the bull movement until you get to the peak. And then dipping will happen again. This is the bearish years, all right? And bull run halving happens and a bull run. So bull run always happens after the halving of Bitcoin. But this year, something powerful happened. Bitcoin ETF was launched. Exchange tradable funds. In other words, it became like a legal thing for the stock market to trade Bitcoin. So, but they won't tell you it's Bitcoin directly. They'll create an exchange traded fund facility where you buy into that government instrument. The government will charge you for buying into it. They take your money and buy into it, put in Bitcoin. All right. So they're managing your Bitcoin investment. As Bitcoin rises or drops, your asset rises or drops, but they charge you for that. So why do Bitcoin ETF when you could go directly and buy your Bitcoin? Now, here's the thing. A lot of people don't understand the blockchain. Less than 4% of people are on the blockchain. So that is why the ETF will help bring a lot of money into the blockchain. So this year's bull run will be mad. And when I say insane, I literally mean there will be a lot of momentum because the Bitcoin ETF has never happened before now. Don't worry if you're experiencing some dip right now. It could be the dip before the bull run. Okay, just a momentary dip before the bull run. Now, Grayscale that has bought many Bitcoin is selling off a lot of Bitcoin, right? And this Bitcoin is being bought by the other people who have access to the ETFs, who are also selling ETFs. So there's a lot of dynamics going on now. So just relax. End of April, the Bitcoin halving happens. Expect massive income. So if you are listening to me, I'm just trying to say, go back to whoever invited you, okay? Go back to whoever invited you. Activate your bot. Get the link. Activate your bot. When you activate your bot, start learning fast. A few hours can get you on board and you'll be part of this bull run. Don't miss this bull run. If you miss it, the kind of money people will be making during the bull run will be shocking you, right? It's going to shock you, right? So remember to be careful on the online space. Don't click on random links. There's spear phishing, a lot of phishing attacks going on. Don't play carelessly with your RoyalQ account. Don't click on links. Don't do airdrops on the phone. You have a RoyalQ account. Get a different phone and do airdrops there. Don't do that on the phone. You have a RoyalQ account. Just like an additional protective layer to the things you do. All right. So this part of the discussion has been simple. I've spent the last almost 1 hour talking about how you can make money from trading with this bot, and it works. Trading with the bot works. I mean, there are so many members of this team who have made money and are making money, and they keep creating success. Why wouldn't you want to create that success with us? If you can make $1, you can make $1 million. Now, I want to go into the part of this opportunity that involves, it's not for everyone, but it's open to everyone. Anyone can do it. But it's the part that involves sharing the opportunity. This is the part that can take you faster to $1 million than your imagination. This is the part of the business that has given some people in Nigeria $800,000 income. That has given some $200,000 income. That has given some 100,000, some 30,000 in just 2 years. Okay, this is the part of the opportunity. It is very lucrative. You need to be a team player. Listen, if you want to change your life, there are some things you need to understand. And if you're having problem with those things, then I can almost guarantee you that you will not be rich. I'm going to run through this part of this system within the next 5-10 minutes. I'll be quick, but I want to say some things. If you cannot build a team, you will never succeed to be rich. If you're not a team player, you can never succeed to be rich. All right? You need to learn how to build a team and work with people. That is how you achieve financial liberation. You working alone, you cannot achieve everything. So the part of this opportunity I'm going to talk about involves team building. The part of this opportunity I'm going to talk about now involves you being a reliable and trustworthy person. If you cannot be trusted, you can never really break through. Because people cannot work with you, they cannot trust you. If people cannot trust you with money, people cannot trust you with women, people cannot trust you with their wives, people cannot trust you with information, if people cannot trust you with their life, you are limiting your financial success. And I need you to understand these things because these are the traits required for you to hit a breakthrough in the next part of the discussion that I'm getting into. If you are somebody that you cannot contribute anything to a project, you are a member of a team, but you can't contribute anything, then you are not ready to be a millionaire, a dollar millionaire. You must offer ideas. You cannot say you don't have any skill. Your skill could be marketing or sales. Your skill could be people that, you connect people. If you don't bring anything to the table on a team, you are not ready to hit $1 million. I'm putting this to you. This next part of the discussion I'm going to get into requires you to have communication skills. If you can't communicate with people without insulting or shouting at them, then there's an issue. And you will fail in this part of the discussion that I'm getting into. And I took my time to state these things because these leadership skills is pretty lacking in a lot of people. So you need to be someone who has these traits. If you have these traits, you're going to easily build a team of 20 persons fast. All right? So remember, this is the part of the business where you recommend RoyalQ to others. It's an activity you dedicate time to every single day. So some people dedicate 30 minutes every day to it, and they are consistent. Some people dedicate 1 hour to it every single day, and they are consistent. And some people dedicate 10 hours every week, 40 hours a month, and they are consistent. Your results will be in direct proportion to the amount of time you dedicate to it. So remember I said it's open to everybody, but it's not actually for everyone. So when you start and activate your trading, you become what we call a junior broker or a V1. Now, anybody you introduce the platform to and you activate, you get $30 bonus. Yeah, $30 bonus. It's crazy. So if you bring in 10 persons, you get $300. If you do that in 1 week, $300 in 1 week. But it gets better than that. Now, as those your direct downlines are trading, you see that gas fee I mentioned in the beginning, that gas fee that is 20% of the profits that's taken by the bot. The bot gives you 20% of that 20%. So that gas fee is actually a revenue sharing formula for people that train people to trade successfully. So when you get somebody on your team, your job is to make sure they know how to trade successfully. The more successful their trading is, RoyalQ is going to say, this gas fee I charge this person, I'm going to distribute 20% to you directly, who brought them in because you have shown to be a trustworthy, reliable team player. So your first task is to get to V2 if you want to build a business out of this. You need a team of 20 active people with bots activated for you to be V2, which is middle broker. How can you become a V2? It's simple. For you to start, you need 5 people, all right? Remember, it's operation 5 by 5. You want everybody who is building to get their 5. If you want to be a builder, it's not compulsory, but if you decide you want to, then go 5 by 5. So here's it. For you to get 5 persons, you need to speak to 50 persons. You need to speak to 50 persons because, and when I say speak, you don't have to speak or explain RoyalQ to anyone. No, no, no. In fact, the moment you're explaining RoyalQ to someone, you are misfiring because you're not a presenter, you're not an influencer, all right? Your words might not be so eloquent to convince anyone. So what you need to do is to bring them to the business meeting, which happens on Zoom. So the more people you bring to the Zoom meeting, if you bring 50 people to this Zoom meeting within a space of 1 month, 5 people must join you. It happens every single time. In fact, 10 people will join you, but 5 will join you fast. Right? It has worked every single time. So when I see people struggling to be V2, I simply ask them, how many people have you spoken to? Most times they've spoken to 5 people. You can't be V2 by speaking to 5 people and expecting to hit your rank. No, you have to speak to 50 people first. 5 will join you. Now, among those 5, we simply find out who wants to work with you. Now, if you have a team of 20, even if you bring 3 directly, only 3 directly, and somebody in your structure works and builds with you, once your team gets to 20, become what we call middle broker V2. When you're a V2, anybody you activate, you get paid $30. Now, that fuel fee that is being charged, RoyalQ will start giving you 30%. Because they've seen that, oh, you're a VIP too, you have built a team and you've trained them to trade. We have to pay you higher dividends. And dividends come always. This is the model of this business, okay? Dividends come always. Now, by the time you build your team and keep helping people to hit V2, because V2 is the building block, right? You look for who wants to hit V2, help them to hit V2. Then look for who next wants to hit V2, help them to be hit V2. That is how you can move to become an advanced broker. You must show leadership to become a V3. So to become a V3, you need to create 3 V2s from one different legs. So you have to ask your team members, who wants to hit V2? And you keep building your business personally until you see people who want to hit V2. If you have 3 people from 3 different legs and they work with you within a short time, they can also become V2. If you have 3 V2s and your team grows to 100, you become what we call a V3 or an advanced broker. When you become an advanced broker, your life begins to change in RoyalQ. Your life, see your cash flow level. There's some headache you used to have, you will not be having them again because you hit advanced broker V3. So to become V3, of course, you can go and directly recruit 450 people, all right? But that's not the preferred option. The preferred option is to become a team player, which means you get 5 persons. That's why we say start with 5. Then, you introduce, they also build with you. And once you have 3 persons who you helped to become V3 in your structure, and your team grows to 100, you become a V3. So remember, V2 is the building block. You help 3 people become a V2, you became V3. Now, you help 3 people to become V3, you're going to go to V4. So as a V3, what you need to know is anytime you activate an account with your link, you're getting $50. $50 for everybody you activate. And that fuel fee, you're getting 40% of the 20%. So you see, the higher you go, the more of the gas fee you get paid. Right? It's really a beautiful business model, what this bot has to offer. And of course, you have senior broker, all right, where you have a team of 300 persons, just 300 persons, all right, and you create 3 V3s. Awesome. You hit your V4. It's an amazing thing when you just with 300 team players, you create 3 V3s, you become a V4. I mean, I have a V4 account holder today who activated someone and he got paid $60. And I could see the excitement. So that is exactly how it works. If you hit this senior broker rank V4 and you introduce the business to anyone, you're going to make a lot of money. So if you can create this and keep building your team, you get to V5. Yours sincerely here is a V5. It took a lot of hard work and innovation to get to V5. It took a lot of hard work. So you're not going to hit V5 unless you show leadership. And you have to show leadership consistently. You're going to get to V5. Now, my own work now is to create 3 people who are going to be V5s. Now, that's the work I'm doing. Once I create 3 persons who can become V5s, and my team grows to 1,500 persons, I'll become a V6. All right. my team grows to 1,600 persons, 1,500 persons, and I create 3 V5s, I will become a V6. So my hard work is cut out. Yours too, if you want to build this opportunity. Remember, this is not for everyone. This is for those who want to change their lives and make money super fast. RoyalQ wealth distribution formula. RoyalQ is not greedy. They're not stingy. You see, that $120 somebody pays to come in, RoyalQ just takes $50 a payment, and they pay out the remaining $70. You see, you that brings them in, if you're a V1, you get $30. As you're getting $30, the V2 that brought you the V1 in gets $10. The V3 that brought the V2 in gets $10. The V4 that brought the V3 in gets $10. Now the V5 that brought the V4 in gets $5. The V6 that brought the V5 in gets $5. So you get paid a whole lot as you keep building your team. And of course, because the V5 is expected to have a large team, you can take $5 for every activation. So this is the business model, and it works. Why wouldn't you introduce people to something that is safe and sustainable? RoyalQ, I think, is very generous. It's up to us to build a massive business empire here. It's up to us to build a massive business empire here. And you don't need to talk too much. Just ask people this question. Hey, would you like to make 10% every month trading by yourself using an artificial intelligence robot that has been working consistently and safely since 2021? If the person says no, leave him alone. But likely they will say yes. How does it work? And then you say, okay, I can't explain everything because I'm not really too good at this, but there's a business meeting I need you to attend. This business meeting will open your eyes to this technology. It happens over Zoom, so you can be in your restroom and connect to the meeting. There are 2 days, Mondays and Wednesdays. Which day are you freer by 9 p.m.? Then you invite. That's all you have to do. That's all. Nothing else. That's all you have to do to build this business. In fact, if you see yourself talking and explaining RoyalQ to someone, then you need to caution yourself that probably you're not doing it right. So let's build a massive empire here. Let's kill and destroy poverty in Africa. I want to play a short video which I believe inspires me a lot. Oh, this is money people have been making, hundreds of thousands of dollars. This could be you if you just embraced RoyalQ team building activities. It's time for you, to live your dreams. Stop living your fears. This final slide is a video that inspires me every single time. Take a listen. All right, so thank you very much for sticking around and watching that video. I always love that video. Remember that you are created in the image of the Almighty being, the supreme controller of the entire universe. You were made in his image. So playing small does not benefit humanity. The only thing limiting you is you. Oh, I'm too old. You're never too old to learn, and you're never too young to teach. Oh, I think it's so difficult to trade. No, trading is easy using this bot. If you can use WhatsApp, you can trade with RoyalQ. Oh, I don't have the money. All right, you don't have the money? Then go look for the money. How long do you want to keep remaining in the same cycle of not having the money? How long do you want to keep giving that excuse when you have obligations that you can't meet up with and you can't figure out how to do? How long? Go raise the money. Draw up a plan, come up with a strategy, and get the capital you need to start activating your bot. If you have the skill of team building, activate your bot and start building, even if you don't have capital, because building the business can raise you $1,000 in no time, and you have capital to trade. I want to challenge you to join the team of 10,000 traders that we are creating, that will be trading with us over the next decade, whose lives are going to be changed with this amazing bot. So why not give RoyalQ a try? What do you have to lose? Give RoyalQ a try.